Holcomb will end his time in office. He sat down with ITMate's Tim Spears to reflect on his last 8 years leading the Hoosier state. Tim.
Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb tells me he hopes he's leaving a legacy of prosperity. Under his watch, the state has seen record investments that's only ramped up, even coming off an economic disaster caused by a global pandemic.
I think people will reflectively look back on this 8 years and hopefully see it as a time of significant growth.
While proud of the work he's done leading Indiana, Governor Eric Holcomb said that work isn't finished.
I'm going to do this job to the last hour of the last day and then proudly leave a cupboard full, a pipeline full for my successor, and then move on to the next opportunity or challenge.
What he's already leaving behind is a finished I-69, a completed South Shoreline double track project, and 3 straight record-breaking years of committed capital investment, totaling about $90 billion since 2022.
I hope people look back and think, we grew a lot together as families, communities, as a state, regions.
Growth that continued on the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic that cost Indiana nearly 160,000 jobs and at its peak killed more than 100 Hoosiers a day.
This was a global pandemic of which no one alive was aware of the impact in 1918. And for sure didn't have social media forces at work and play, spreading mis and disinformation, and the facts on the ground changing from very credible, trusted sources. And so for us, I give us really high marks in terms of understanding that we weren't going to please everyone. Anytime you ask someone to take into consideration changes in their individual liberties, you're not going to get 100% agreement on anything.
With the benefit of hindsight, do you think the state should have responded differently at all during the pandemic?
Well, what do they say? Hindsight's 20/20. I mean, you could spend the rest of your days second guessing, but when you're in the pocket and you're getting rushed, you rely on your team. Everyone had to pitch in, and I'm just proud of what they did. And I won't second guess decisions that we made. Were they all right? Probably not. Were they all wrong? No. We were seen as a model in so many different respects, and I'm proud of each and every person that came to work every single day, didn't sleep for many days, and was undeterred about completing the job that they had. But for sure, going into the global pandemic, we went into it in a strong position, and we are in an unprecedented strong position.
What's next for you?
Spending time with my wife, about at least 2 months. She mentioned to me that the last 8 years has been about my schedule. The next 2 months will be about our schedule, and I'm longing for that as well. Look forward to that. But I want to help an organization or a company or companies grow in a world-class, cutting-edge, technologically driven way.
Do you think that will be in the private sector?
Could be. Any way that I can help, that I can wake up with the same excitement and adrenaline every day about achieving goals and measure the progress, that will be enticing to me, whether it's here around the country or around the world. There's an exciting time.
Told me he's already been approached about potential opportunities, but he's asking them to wait until February or March. He still needs to move into a new home. I also asked the governor about any regrets and some of his more controversial decisions in office on abortion, transgender health care, and the death penalty. You can hear that part of our conversation starting tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Live in studio, Tim Spears for WISH TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.